All right. I'm waiting for some others to tune in, adjusting myself. How you guys doing today? Give me a second. Got a little bit behind schedule. Just trying to get everything situated, get adjusted. All right, give me a second. Others will be tuning in at any moment. Just give me a second. Was trying to get this okay, give me a second. Add to the stage. Give me a second. Let me add. Hello, hello. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm just waiting for the other two young ladies to come on. Give me a second.
Okay, no worries.
Mhm. Yeah, I was trying to get on, and then all of a sudden I see that my Facebook wasn't added, so I had to go back in and log out and log back in. But you know how they always say, when you're trying to do something, there's always something that's gonna happen.
It's always something. There's
Always
always
like that.
something.
And I even started early. I started at 6:45, and I'm like, man, come on, like what's going on?
Because I looked at it at 6:45. I was like, all right, let me check and see if the link is there. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, we are good. Good timing.
All right. So let me just wait for everybody else.
I'm gonna just grab a tissue real quick.
Okay. So let me put up a photo in the meantime before. All right, I'm going to wait for everybody else to come in before I. Oh, let me make sure that missing text message come in and give me 1 second. Let me add some music in the meantime.
Just as we go. Just as we go. Real talk. Just as we go. Just as we go. Just as we go. Real talk. Just as we go. Just as we go. Just as we go. Real talk. Just as we go.
All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get started with us until the other two young ladies come on. All right, so give me a second. Come on. Yeah, I'm texting, trying to see where they're at right now, but yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with just me and you. All right. So, oh, I see Holly just added. Perfect timing.
There we go.
Miss Holly.
Hey,
Hey, now I don't know if it's on y'all end, but on my end, it's like I'm seeing like four. You know what? Let me try this here. I'm seeing a lot of pictures.
Yes, I see. I see the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Why
let
are
me
there
try-
like 8 of us?
Yes.
Exactly. I don't know why. I have no idea. All right. I'm just trying to. Oh, hey, you know what they say? The more the merrier, right? Let me try
Mhm.
maximizing this.
Sometimes I have 2 or 3 personalities a day anyway, so knock yourself out.
Oh,
See, it
Lord.
all works. It all works.
All right. So I don't know why, but let me go back here. That's weird. That's weird. But anyway,
Sorry. I
camera straight. Whose guard dog is that?
I am so sorry. My apologies. My apologies.
All right.
You take him back there.
So how are you, Miss Holly? Are you back in the United States?
Yes. Today is my day back, so I'm like sleepy. I had to go get my meal prep. Oh, that's the only bad thing about traveling is the day back. So I'm trying to hurry up and eat my food.
Yes. I'm still trying to figure out why I see like about two of everybody. Let me see.
Are you
Oh,
logged in? Are you logged in separately on? Because it almost looks like you're logged in twice.
It says there's a setting that says show vertical view preview, and then there's a hide vertical view preview.
yeah,
Yes.
I've seen that.
Because when I hit hide vertical preview, I only see the 4 of us.
Okay, I'm looking now.
See, it's a microphone, a camera, a little chat sign, and then 3 dots. When I hit the 3 dots and I hit hide vertical preview,
Mhm.
only the 4 windows are up now.
Okay, avatar.
Well, actually 3 windows.
Yeah, that's weird. On mine,
Oh, are we doing landscape? Hold up. I see you guys are landscape.
let me see something.
Is that better? If I do
See,
landscape.
that's
Okay.
showing mobile. That's showing mobile view, but I don't know. Well, again, as long as you can see us, that's the most important thing.
Well, I see you and me, but I don't see whoever the 3rd person is.
Oh, your
Yeah.
camera's off.
It.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, it's
It's
showing
on purpose. Okay.
Okay.
No. It's actually showing that my camera's on. Are you? I don't know. I can
Oh,
log
Okay, I
in.
see a finger or I saw something red.
Okay, let me log in from my phone.
Okay.
That'll probably make it easier.
Because I see Rico on the laptop, then I see me, and then I see the black screen. And that's
Mhm.
the only 3 people the only 3 windows I see.
Okay, yeah, and I can see both of you. So let me just log in on my phone. Give me 1 second.
I thought there were
There's one more.
okay.
Yeah, I'm in.
So it's 3 of us. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. More time for me to eat my lean cuisine.
Okay, I'm gonna log off on my other one. Sorry, y'all.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to add her.
Rico, does this air live on like my Instagram and Facebook?
No. I am on.
Or is it only
Instagram.
on yours?
No. Well, I think you may have to add yourself to it.
Uh-oh. Rico?
Yes. There you go. I think you have to add yourself to it.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. Rico.
Yes.
Oh,
You can hear me?
do I need to log off?
Okay, give me a second. No, let's try this. Are you back on?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. So you good now, Holly?
Okay.
You good
I
now?
did. This way too. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Is my microphone off? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can. Okay. I'm doing mine, this landscape too, or this way, vertical too.
Are you
Okay.
landscape? Because I'm still horizontal unless you need me
Yes,
to
I
change it.
can't hear you though, Carla, and I can't hear anything Rico saying. Is he talking?
Okay. He is talking and I'm talking. Yes,
Okay,
both of
so
us
something
talking.
must be wrong with my
Do you,
audio then.
Do you
do
have
want
you have
to
an
log out and
iPhone?
walk back in?
Rico, is Rico talking?
Not
No.
right now.
Okay. Are you talking, Carla?
I'm Karis, but I am talking now.
Because I can't hear you, but you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
So are you muted?
Let's see. Rico, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, no, I'm not muted. And
I
we
can't
can
hear
both
you. I
I know, I got you.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Rico can hear me.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay.
Let me log off. I'm gonna log back
Yeah,
in.
log off
Okay.
and come back in.
Okay. And I'm gonna see if I can while she's doing that, I'm gonna see if I can fix it on my laptop because that's easier than looking. Let's see.
All right. So Holly's coming back.
I'm back.
Um,
I can hear now.
Okay. And you're back on. Okay, awesome. Oh, I think Karis, you might be logged in twice. Oh, yours on mute.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I can't hear
There
him.
you
No. I just did that because I was trying to switch from my phone to my laptop. Because Rico could hear me. Let me see.
Okay. The
Okay, yeah.
because it gives an echo when it's two
Yeah,
cameras.
I see her logged in twice.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all. We're just having some technical difficulties. The good thing is that we're here. We're just trying to get out all the kinks.
Rico,
Yes,
does this tell all of our viewers, like on Instagram, that we're live and stuff?
it should. Yeah, it should. Yeah.
Because I should did like Cara and had it on my other thing, so I could have made sure I was live on Instagram.
Yeah.
But oh well.
All
I'm
right. So
upstairs.
as soon as she comes back, we're going to get started. Yeah, I just see her name on here twice, and I think that's why we was hearing that echo. Is my head getting cut off, or you can see my whole? You can see the top of my head.
No, you cut off a little bit for me.
All right. So let me add her to the
I
stage.
apologize,
again.
y'all. I logged back in on the second device because it's easier for me to use my laptop. So I was testing to see if I had audio there, but I'm just going to do it on my phone. But
Okay.
I did that intentionally to see if what was going on with the audio on my laptop.
Yeah, I know. I used to use StreamYard when I had a podcast, and there would that echo. It would be like,
Yes, and it sounds like grating nails on a chalkboard.
I know. I felt like the dog or something. I was like,
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started right now. Again, I want to thank you, you both for being on the Just Ask Rico show. And, we just want to talk about some things that we always hear people talk about. So take off my shades, get comfortable. Normally I have myself a little drink, but I'm just chilling right now. Okay, hold on. I got someone that's adding in right now. So give me a second. So we're going to go ahead.
Karen looks so pretty. I look homeless. I'm like, oh.
No,
Let me put a little lip gloss on. They're gonna be like, that's why she thinks she's talking about single folks. Because look how she look.
It's so radio in the
Teresa.
background. Okay. All right. So now, let me go ahead and put hers on mute. Okay. So again, I want to thank you guys. So at this point now, we actually have 3 women who are here to tell the truth about dating, love, and relationships. The question is, why are so many good women still single? The conversation that men really don't want to talk about. So I always hear the word that there are no good men left. But then also there are a million of women who are single. So what's really going on? So what I'm going to do From my left to my right, I'm going to ask each one of you a question, and you can answer it to the best of your knowledge. And if one of you like, ooh, I want to chime in on that particular question, you're more than welcome. Because if not, trust me, I have a question for you. So right now, from my left, I have Holly. To my next to Holly is Karis, and next to Karis is Kenya. So I'm going to go ahead. You're in the hot seat, Holly. So just be prepared.
I stay ready, baby. I stay ready. Go ahead.
All right. So the question is, are women's standards too high, or are men just not stepping up?
So I think that first of all, I think that there needs to be a destigmatization of the word standard, right? I think that people have a negative connotation of the word standard. Standard can include boundaries, standard can be wants, standard can be needs. And I think that when people say the word standard, they use it as an umbrella term for all of those, like it's an interchangeable term, but it's not. So when someone is saying, I have standards, they're a lot of times they're referring to, I have preferences. I would like this type of person. I like this style of man. I like these treatments. This is my love language. So I don't think that the standards is necessarily what the problem is. I think that the problem comes into where a lot of people get to a point whenever they've been single for a while, or some people just don't like being single and they're desperate to be in a relationship with someone else. So what happens is that those things sort of go out of the window. And then whenever you're with someone who did not apply to any of your wants, needs, desires, now you feel like, oh, I lowered my standards and this is what happened. So I think that it's basically the mindset of when we're talking about terms like standards. Now, I do believe that there is a shortage of women that will fit a man's standards and requirements. And also, I do believe that there's a shortage on the opposite side too, because when you have a list of things that you want, there's only going to be so many people that can get so many of those items on your checklist. So again, I try to be in the middle of it because I'm not biased of either side. But I think that the key to anything when you're talking about single people is communication. And also, Rico, you know how I am. I'm always pro self-love. Love yourself enough to be happy with being silent, being alone, being at peace. Because what happens is when you give up that self-love, you're so desperate to now lower that checklist that now you're miserable. So I think choose peace, love yourself, date around until you find someone that has most of the things on your checklist.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that answer. All right, Ms. Karis, the question is independence helping or hurting relationships?
That's a great question. And I will just say for the record, my name is it's It's pronounced Karis.
Karis.
But I love the way you say it. I might have to run it back one time. So I think just kind of like Holly said, how the word standards has been demonized to a certain degree. I think that independence has as well, because independence is a reality of the way that we live. If we are single women and we are gainfully employed, or we have passions that we're pursuing, or we've reached a certain level of understanding of life. You know, standards is not a bad word, nor is independence. But I think what happens is that there's some similar personality traits that get kind of transposed. So when a man says, "Oh, she's independent," it almost seems like that's a bad thing. But what would the option be? Would the option be to be dependent? Would that make us more acceptable if we were, you know, needy and needed something else? So I think that what happens is, as we kind of grow in that theme of independence, we are making impact in our community. We are doing those things that we're either educated to do or prepared by experience to do, that we move a different way. And so I think, you know, in all honesty, I do think that it hampers it based on the lens through which men see it. So if men see that as, oh my gosh, she won't need me for anything, that's effectively true, but we still want those connections. We still want the relationships. And so I think it's an unwitting deterrent. It wasn't what we intended. And I think that depending on the demeanor of that woman, sometimes men can see that as an affront to their masculinity and somewhat of a loss of her femininity, if that makes sense.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Well, now, Miss Kenya.
How about this? How about this?
Go
How
ahead.
about this? How about men stop saying that every decision and everything we do is wrong or it's something that has a negative connotation? Now it's negative, we got standards. Now it's negative that we are independent. Yeah, like how about y'all stop always putting a negative connotation on everything and then coming back and saying, oh, well, that's why you single. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Come on,
All right.
Holly. Come on, Holly. Say it one more time for the folks at
I'm
home.
just saying.
Don't get Holly started, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. Kenya.
Yes. Hi.
Hello. Do women want a partner or do they want someone who fits into the life they already built?
Okay, let's try this again. So, do we want a partner or
Uh-huh.
someone who fits into the life that we've already built?
Yes.
Okay, that's a trick question because depending on the circumstances. So, we just talked about independence, right?
Yes.
And so, we have a lot of men who are intimidated by women who are independent, who have established their own, who are educated, who are financially stable. Um, and sometimes it creates a stigma. So I was asked a question like about a guy that I was dating, right? So, okay, would you feel comfortable taking him, to an event at work? And so I think you do have some that are looking for the one that's going to fit in with the culture or, with your society, the society that whatever your societal preferences are, but to have that person to fit in. But I think in a true relationship and partnership, you want to make sure that the two of you fit, right? And so, not about you fitting into my world or me fitting into your world, but us creating a world that works for the both of us. So, I think, it could go either way.
Okay.
My 2
All right.
cents.
Thank you for that answer. Now, before I go forward, what I would like for our viewers to know exactly who you are. So I'll start off with Holly. Who are you? How can people find you? And what is Holly all about?
Thank you. I got to keep going first. Hi, everyone. I am Holly Cotton. I am a lot of things, but today I'm going to be the author of 20 something books, and several of them are about self love, relationships, and basically loving yourself first. So that's my platform that I have, and of course, across all the platforms, I'm Holly Cotton, HOLLYCOTTON. But basically, I just want people to, again, everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be in a relationship some kind of way, whether it be a friendship or something that's a reciprocal relationship, some kind of way. You want to feel appreciated. You want to feel valued. I don't take any of that away from every single person, because obviously if that wasn't a need, there wouldn't be a million resources for that. However, if that's not where you are in life, I have a purpose of saying that being single is not something that has to get fixed. Being alone does not equate to being lonely. So I just try to have a platform for the single people to empower the chapter that they in, so they don't go and settle for something that they shouldn't. So they don't choose a incorrect partner that makes them miserable. Choose peace. So again, that's my platform, is to basically destigmatize single.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Thank you for that. And I'm going to make sure I get this name right. Karis, how did you pronounce it?
It's Karis, just like Paris, but with a K.
Karis. Okay.
Yes.
All
Or
right.
like carrots, but Karis.
Yes.
Karis. Okay.
Thank
Karis.
you, Holly.
That's
So-
how I wrote it on my paper. Carrots, but Karis.
I love it. A true author does it phonetically. I love it.
So tell everyone who you are, social media, and Your
Sure.
purpose being here. Yes.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. The goods and the bads with all of that. My first name is Karis, like I said, spelled Karis. My last name is Harrington. Same on all platforms. And being from a city that is historically hyper segregated, kind of going through my career and getting to a place where I was like, all right, I've done all the things that I've been educated to do. What is there left for me to have impact in this world? And about 7 years ago, nonprofit organization was started myself, my co-founder Brandon Calloway, and this is basically an organization that serves to address systemic racism by funding Black-owned businesses in Kansas City's urban core. About $3.5 million out in just raw capital to those businesses in an effort to strengthen the Black economic ecosystem, eventually thereby reducing poverty-related crime. We do that in a very intentional way. We're a very, we're a Black-led organization, heavy on the female side. And like I said, I function as chief operating officer. But we're doing those things, and this kind of touches on what everybody else was saying, and I want to come back to it later. You get to a point in your life where you start looking at other things, for other things, and into other things. And so, in this chapter of my life, that is who I am and what I do. I also work as executive director for a talent agency where we manage and develop actors, dancers, models, and influencers. And then I have another little consulting business on the side.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that information. Okay. And Miss Kenya, tell them who you are, how they can find you, and what is it that you do.
Absolutely. So, not as exciting as Holly and Karis, but I am global human resource director for aircraft manufacturer. We manufacture seats. I am also a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So you can follow me at Kenya Bird 1908 on social media. I'm also a member of Pearls Empowered Texas. It is a nonprofit organization that supports the community. Our primary focus is on women and girls. So helping to reacclimate them into the job market, whether it be training, whether it is getting them fit for interviews, removing the stigma from the homelessness and the drug abuse. So just giving back to the community is what we do. And yeah, so that's me.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate that information. And also, I'm going to put you in a hot seat because we normally go from the left to the right, but it's almost similar to what Holly talked about earlier. So the question is, are women really happier single, or is that just a defense mechanism? So the question I'm asking you is being single a choice or a result of a disappointment?
So are you that's my question. So I
That's your
would
question.
say that
I sure wish I could hear Kenya.
you can't
I
hear
think
me.
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why I can't hear. I'm sorry, Kenya. I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh, let me put me on mute on. Sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. So I really don't think being single is a choice that anybody wants to make. I think at some point we find that if we don't have that person that we're compatible with, and we are confident in ourselves and we're happy, but I don't think anybody wants to be single. I don't think that's a choice that we made. I will start by saying I was once married. Two beautiful children came out of that relationship. And would I, love to be in a strong, solid, committed relationship? Yes, absolutely. Is my independence blocking that? Sometimes I would say yes. Sometimes I would say that I don't want a man that's going to be intimidated by me, my growth, and what I've done. So I would say yes and no. It's a choice, but I don't think that it's the choice that anybody wants to make. I think there's somebody out there for all of us.
Okay. Yeah, that's always my thing. I always say that there's always somebody for somebody.
Hmm.
All right. Miss Karis, I said it right, right?
Yes, you did. Thank you, Rico.
Awesome.
I love what Kenya just said. And to your point, there's a pot for every lid, right? But
Yes.
I think that when we think about being single at this point in life, I want to kind of go back to the first question and say sometimes that's a byproduct of kind of living life in a way where certain things are more important to you than they've ever been. peace is more important to me than it's ever been. The pursuit of passionate endeavors is important to me. So I don't necessarily think, to Kenya's point, it's not that we want to be single. It's that our tolerance levels are typically much lower than they were 10 or 15 years ago. I was married for 19 years. And so during that time of my life, I was a much different person. I think now what I'm willing to accept is mitigated by all of my experiences, all the things that I've been through and how I've like crafted this life. So, for someone who comes into your life, and I think you're hitting the questions, you're really getting good questions out because you do want a blending of someone into your life. We're not 22 where we can be like, we're going to ride off into the sunset and build this life together. Now we have to figure out how do we fuse our two existing and hopefully, happy, productive lives into something much stronger. And so for me, I never, sing the song, oh, I'm single because I want to be single, because that's just not true. And so I get the question asked a lot, well, why don't you just, change that? But I'm looking for something very specific. I want peace. I want someone who understands and isn't intimidated by what I do or how much time I spend working. The hardest conversation ever is the, why don't you have time conversation? And so I think it really is just a result of experiences, wisdom, and growth as a result of, anything that could be deemed negative.
Okay. Well, actually, you're right in place because the second question is going to be for you. What does a healthy relationship looks like after a past hurt?
Is that for me?
Yes.
Y'all ready?
Yes. Yes.
Checklist time.
Checklist time. After past hurt, one of the things I think we have to guard against as women, because I think it's an issue for men as well, but specifically when it comes to women, we have to guard against the characterizations, the checklist, right? Not being bitter, not taking a bad situation and saying, oh my gosh, I'm going to color all men with the same crayon, so to speak. And the reality is that for me, a healthy relationship looks like intentionality. It looks like sitting down and having open conversations about what you really want. Too often, and I think, with women, we fight so hard to find our value. And sometimes we're overeducated and overextended because we're still seeking this value add, right? And so once we've kind of gotten to that place, I think the danger is that we take those past relationships and negative experiences and we don't call it baggage. We just stick them in our back pocket because we want to be aware. But what that does, they're still on us and with us. And so I think a healthy relationship for me involves a lot of open, honest, transparent, which is different from honest, conversations about what are we doing here? What do you want from me? How do I add value to your life? And I would say, to dial it all the way back, understanding what you bring to the table before you try to go down the checklist of what this man needs to have. Because part of, I think, our issues as we get in, because you'll see people cycle in and out of relationships and you're like, what happened? It was only 6 months. And I think it's because if we do it the way we did it, like Kenya said, she was married. I got married super young. There was no checklist. We didn't have any conversations. It was kind of like, do you want to do this thing? And now I see the value in going in almost, we put a lot of effort into our businesses. We put a lot of effort into our careers. Then when it comes to relationships, we rely on chemistry and fond affection to make it sustainable. And I think at this point, because we do have these independent lives that we're trying to fuse together, it involves some more tactical approaches. And that's not the warm, fuzzy, super romantic, he just swept me off my feet. Put me back down and then sit with me and talk to me about your temperament, how you are when you're angry, what your greatest hurt has ever been. My father said you never know a person until you see them angry or hurt. And so having those conversations up front, now you've leveled the playing field enough to say, when we have a challenge, we already practice how to navigate the challenge. You know what my levels are. I understand what your levels are. And we're continuing open dialogue. So it looks like work, but I feel like it's a beautiful exploration of work.
Okay, I appreciate that information. Ms. Holly, are people protecting their peace or just avoiding vulnerability?
Okay, so first of all, I just want to go back and I just want to say one thing about single. So I think that single is such a large spectrum. There is single when you have no one to talk to on the phone. There's single where you have a roster of people that you're talking to and dating, not sleeping with, but just dating. And so, and then I also think they're single until you're monogamous in a committed relationship. And even then, there's a single until you're actually married. So when we're talking about a broad term like single, I just want to make sure that people understand everyone single is on a different parameter, right? Like my single is, I didn't say that I didn't have nobody. I'm not saying that I don't have people that I can talk to. I'm not saying that I don't date. I love to go on dates. I love to date. I love having friends, and I love the flexibility of not having to answer to someone and do what I want to do. Most of the time the people that I talk to, you're finding out in real time, just like everyone else on my Instagram, where I am that weekend. I don't check in with anyone. I might in conversation say I'm going to a certain place or I'm going to do something. But for me, that's the level of single that I am, right? So I'm not lonely. I'm not committed. There's a big difference. So I like to get that there, because when they come in the comments in the men, that's why you'll never have a husband. Who said you a good woman? Who said, first of all,
I did see
calm
that.
calm down, okay?
So let me ask
Because
you, Holly. So there's two types of single. So there's a single, then
no,
there's a single.
there's 18 levels of single. The single
Okay.
there's a spectrum. So when someone says that they're single, you need to do some private investigation and find out what level of single there are. Like, you're not in a relationship, but is someone in a relationship with you? Are you someone's number one, and they're, you're number five on the list, but you're their number one. Like, it's a lot of levels to this, and
Okay.
it's a lot of stuff going on. So
Okay.
again, for me, peace is priceless. I don't want no drama. I don't want to have to I will not argue. We are at a phase in life where I have done a lot on my growth journey to become a healing, beautiful, best version of me right now. And when you come into my life, you should be an addition. I'm not fixing you. I'm not helping you get to a point of where you're confident, you're in love with yourself, this, that. I have no problem with being an addition. You already have a business plan, babe. Let me help you. These are some things I know. But to come in and just start building a man up from the bottom, I'm not doing it. So you're traumatized, your baby mama, your ex-wife, whatever. Now you want to belittle women and I'm not for it. You're insecure. I'm sorry. You got a hot woman. It comes with part of the game. I'm not going to be questioned. I'm not going to do all of this. So again, it has to be an addition to, for me. You're not going to subtract from my life. So peace is always going to be my priority in friendship, working relationships, whatever, right? It's always going to be peace.
And
Okay.
can I just chime in and say, Rico, I love it
Get off the
because
soapbox. Because, baby,
yeah,
what you not
no,
going
but
to do is stress me out because you messed up and didn't go to therapy. No,
That
no,
part. That
no.
part. That
but
part.
it's about protecting your peace. I love it.
Yes.
And so I think that, I mean, that's what it is. And so again, at this stage in life, nobody wants to have that drama.
Hmm.
You know, you start out with, yes, I can build him up. Oh, he's a barber. Let me help him open a barber shop. You know,
Yes.
oh, he's a driver. Let me, start a business. Like, so I think we're well beyond that. And I just love it. Like, we need an addition. And that's my takeaway for today.
Okay.
So
I
if
Okay.
you
can I
can't
can I
add or
say one
add
thing?
value,
Sure.
Yes.
yeah.
So I think both ladies have mentioned something that I think is really, really important, and it can be detrimental to women. For those of us that are nurturing by nature, we are really quick to jump in and try to find a solution and fix a problem. Super big drawback for me, because I build businesses for a living. It's literally what I do in a community where it's very visible and it's very widely known. And my inclination to jump in and say, I'll do it, I'll fix it, I'll provide it for you. Oh, you need a strategic marketing plan? Coming right up. The problem is that you're seen as a resource to your community, that's fine. But to a person that you're interested in, it changes the dynamic. And then suddenly I have 10 things that I've thought of to do for you that you're willing to let me do. And I have shut down the conversation about what I need inadvertently. And that's why I go back to saying those conversations, like we're back in school, have to happen. Sit with me, go grab a notebook and your journal, because I want you to think on it and pray on it later. But sit down with me and have this conversation to say, yes, you would not have approached me if you didn't think I was a woman of value. I did see someone, and I did see someone put in the comments, what even is a good woman? And I think that we could each define it differently. But in my definition, it is a woman who understands who she is, has worked through the kinks, because we all have those little kinks, all those things from our past, our childhood, whatever, our exposures and our experiences, but we've worked through them. Healed is one of those, psychological buzzwords. And so I would say evolved. We have evolved into the women that we can now be proud of. And so by definition, I think that is a valuable woman. And so I don't I want to just highlight what both ladies have said, because they are 100% spot on. But I think that what we do to ourselves by kicking in too early and offering too much assistance and help, and oh, let me introduce you to this person, I know they could be beneficial to you. We do it because we're women. We've had children. Being married for a long time puts you in a particular place of kind of relationship complacency sometimes, and coming out of that into something new. The unfortunate part is that I see so many women that no matter how accomplished they are professionally, they're still trying to find their worth as women, as attractive, sensual, enticing kinds of women that have value. And we want those deep conversations. And sometimes we do the thing that exactly does the opposite, has the opposite effect.
Okay.
And I also want to say one more thing, Rico.
Go ahead.
So yes, co-sign on both of those things. And but I also wanted to say this about the good woman, right? So I feel like when men say things like, what defines a good woman? Or why would you call yourself a good woman? Or what, I think that the problem that I have when men ask that question is because they feel like there is a value that they can put on a woman based off of how she defines herself under whatever his characteristics are, right? So if you determine in your head on your checklist, a good woman should be A, B, and C, but I don't do A, B, and C. Now you're coming into the relationship. I say relationship, I mean any type of exchange of conversation becomes a relationship, not a commitment, but a relationship. Now you're already feeling like you don't have to respect me or value me or approach me in a certain way. Not me per se, but I mean the woman that man is talking to for good. So I hate that question when men say, well, what do you think is a good? Well, what do you think defines being a good woman? Or how are you going to be a good wife? Like they say those things so they can automatically undervalue the person, and now it almost becomes some type of psychological abuse, because now the person may like you, like I may like you, and you think that these are the things that define being good, and I didn't say those, so now I got to change myself to try and be what good is for you, but I feel like I was a good person before that. So it just adds to a level of insecurity. So I hate when men come with a broad question like, well, what determines being good? Like it's such a narcissistic question to me. Because who said you're good enough to even write that in the comments?
Yes.
We don't know who are you to even question my value based off of your standards.
Yes.
But anywho,
I appreciate you.
I just love how Holly goes there. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but she like literally she just but I think what you say is right, because I did see the comment, and I think even asking the question could be received as slightly demoralizing, right? Because if we're having a conversation about something, not asking anyone to take it at face value, but then to partner that with saying, okay, but what even is that? I think, it's subject to speculation, right? I can have my definition, Holly will have hers, Ken, you'll have hers. But the reality is, if we have done the work and we feel like we've invested in ourselves to the extent that we are proud of ourselves, that's a good woman. If she is moral and of good character, that is a good woman. If she keeps her word and she can be depended upon, that is a good woman. But that is our definition. And so that might not meet the scrutiny of someone else's definition, but there is a particular feeling when I read the comment, and I actually know who the comment is from, but when I read it, I was like, gosh, I'm not sure that was even how it was positioned. This is really like, are we going to hone in and say, because it felt like, what makes y'all think y'all good?
Oh, it
it's kinda like,
definitely was that. It was not felt
yeah,
like that. It was that.
yeah,
Yes. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Well, who said you good to be speaking on good women? My
Mm.
mama. Anyway.
My
Hmm.
mama.
All right, I appreciate that information. All right. So the other question is the truth about dating after 40. Has dating changed forever? So the question goes back now to Miss Kenya. Are people bringing too much baggage into relationships? All right, looks like
I think we
she.
may have lost her. I don't see her anymore.
I think
Yeah. Just it's
I
but.
know she was driving, so maybe something came on because I see her mic is on mute. But I guess I'll ask you that question, Miss Karis. Are people bringing too much baggage into a relationship now?
Yeah, so I think it really, going back to what I said before, yes, it happens all the time. I think men and women, because we are oftentimes victims of our own experiences. Because if you think about people as like a tapestry, there are all these different chapters of our lives and experiences that we've had. We would be naive and liars if we said we've forgotten all about that. We've washed the slate clean. I don't even remember a heartbreak. I don't even remember a liar. So the reality is, there's nothing wrong with bringing it to your relationship as long as it does not inform your behavior. You're not going to forget it. There's still things that we're going to be like, that looks like a pink flag to me. But I think that the mistake that people make, and this is very hard to explain to other people, is that the need to partner can sometimes be so strong that we start feeding that need. Oh my gosh, people are going to think I've been single too long. There were rumors, I heard a rumor about myself that I was like, what? They were like, you must be gay because you've been single this long. And I'm like, that's where you go? Like, there could be no other explanation for my being single. And why did you say it in a negative context? And so I think the problem that most people encounter is that need to rapid fire go buddy up again. I need to partner because I feel more valuable when I'm seen as a couple. But the reality is, we need a break in between relationships. And that break isn't just to heal, it's to process what we've been through, to
Mhm.
package it in the way that is healthiest for us, and then to extrapolate those lessons and say, okay, what I did to contribute to this is X, Y, and Z. What I will never do again is X, Y, and Z. What I'm looking for now must include these other things, because now I understand why that relationship soured. And so I do think that people bring baggage in, but I think it's attributable to one thing: not taking a break in between, and making sure that we're using that time effectively. Do a little reading. Self-love and self-care, to Holly's point, is one of the best beginning avenues to a healthy life journey. So even, just to take the stress off for a minute and say, it is okay if I'm single. I am the same woman, single or married or coupled up or in a situationship or relationship, because I don't change. My morals, my values don't change. My ingenuity doesn't change. I am highly driven. And so my aggressive approach toward my professional that none of that changes. And so yes, the short answer is yes. I think that it's very true. We bring the results, the byproducts of that trauma with us into new relationships. But I don't necessarily think that the remedy for that is just to be like, all right, we need to all, because I believe in therapy. I think that for somebody who tells me they don't believe in therapy, they've never gone, I'm not going to run from you, but I'm going to do a real fast walk away, because that lets me know that you've not humbled yourself enough yet to say, I need to consistently, working on me is a lifelong journey. If I tell you I'm fixed, I'm ready, I'm there, then you should question me, because that's something that we should continue to do. So yes, I think we bring baggage into relationships, but I think it's too simple just to charge all the relationship failures with that.
Okay, I appreciate that information. Okay, Ms. Holly, is social media changing expectations?
Yes. Okay. First of all, I want to sidebar just little bitty thing I wanted to say. I made a note about it.
Okay.
So, whenever we're talking about dating over 40, dating in your 40s, dating whatever 50s for people when they get to 50s, dating after 60. So, I think one of the key things when you're talking about has it changed, have the standards changed, whatnot, right? I think that you have to look at the difference of intentional dating versus heterosexual friendships. So a lot of times people are intentionally seeking a partner. So if that's the case, every person that is of the opposite sex or of the attraction, or if you're a lesbian, like, baby, I'm a lesbian too, that because they can't figure out who it is. But anywho, that's the easiest thing to say. But whenever whoever your attraction is to, I think that friendship is very important. And a lot of times, you have platonic friendships, and people have to be able to realize, because what happens, they get those benefits of having the friendship, and then it kind of feels like the endorphins, it feels like we're bonding together, feels like we got something going on. So it can give you sort of a skewed reality that you're in some type of relationshipy thing with someone, and that person is just embracing being platonic friends and loving having a friendship from you. So I just wanted to say that too, because a lot of times people, when I meet someone, I start talking and they get too intense. I'm like, so you're intentionally looking for a wife right now? And they're like, no, I'm just dating. And I'm like, well, the things that you're saying, or you are intentionally looking for a monogamous relationship, so I think it's important to also define those things from the beginning. But yes, I do think that social media has definitely completely changed dating, because what we're doing is we're idolizing relationships that are terrible. Because I can't tell you how many married men post their wife one day, and or the next day they would gladly come and rent a room, or they're my DM, or they all in my stories. They're not gonna comment on my post, but baby, them stories, it's going wild. And I'm like, wait, weren't you just on your anniversary trip with your wife? Like, so for me, I feel like it gives this false sense of happiness, and really we are highlighting unhappy couples. So yes, I do think that social media is a big problem, because you're expecting, that your man should propose to you like this, your ring should look like this, your marriage should look like this. This is how your man should be doing. You're talking about people. I get free stuff. You guys know, as influencers, I get free shit all of the time. So I have a rose company, a floral company that sends me flowers. I make this whole thing up because me and my wife or girlfriend have a YouTube channel, and now you're looking at it and you're thinking that I stopped on my way home and bought her $250 worth of flowers. So now you're comparing your relationship to a social media relationship, and those people aren't even functioning like that. So yeah, I do think that social media is a problem for relationships. That's great. I think that a lot of times too, it causes a lot of pressure, because the happier you act like you are, the more people want to destroy it. I can't tell you how many times I've been around men and women who have said, yeah, I can hit that. You know what? I see you with your man, you posting your man every day. Let me make a little crack in their bubble. So it makes people not want you to be happy too, because that you show you, oh, we are solid front. So now people are also going to come and try to attack it, try to see, can I pull him? Can I pull him? Can I pull her? Let me see if she's going to take the bait. So you have that also.
Yeah,
Misery
and I
loves
would say,
company.
just to partner real quick with what Holly said, social media has given us this very skewed idea of what relationships look like, because we know we're not watching healthy things, but we're still locked in. I think the other thing is it provides an access that didn't used to exist. So whether you're talking about online dating platforms, or your IG presence, or your TikTok presence, or Facebook, or whatever, people that might not approach you in public are little, keyboard emboldened, right? They're sliding in. I think that what could have easily happened with me, and I thank God that it didn't, is that I would become jaded and start singing that, men ain't whatever song, because the way that my inbox looks, the numbers of people that should not be in there that are there on a regular basis is crazy to me. And so, I could look at that and say, well, there are no trustworthy people out there. I just don't happen to believe that. I know some amazing men. I will never say that there are no good men out there, because I can start naming them off. I know that they exist. They may not be the right fit for the next woman, or someone that I'm trying to introduce them to, or for myself, but I know some amazing men. But I think that having an online presence to any degree, whether it's heavy or light, exposes you to so many people that you ordinarily would not cross paths with. And so what happens is, and this is a very regular occurrence, argue with somebody else. There will be men in bed with their wives or their girlfriends or their long-term significant others. And the moment that they become displeased, it used to be, now we're going to go to our corners, figure out what's wrong, come back and talk about it. And now it's, I'm gonna roll over and open up Instagram and slide a little message to someone, or I'm gonna jump on a dating profile to feed my ego so that I feel more valuable because she's not speaking to me right now. So we stop learning how to self-soothe, and we stop learning how to really work through our issues because of the ease and convenience of connecting with other people. And so in a society that is highly predicated on who can do the most, the fastest, that same mentality exists with men and women, especially online. And so you'll have these people that the moment something goes wrong, they're quick. Now, they wouldn't, if we didn't have social media, they're not going to like go to the club that night or go to the lounge and try to meet someone. But at their fingertips, they have a plethora of opportunities. And we haven't figured out how diabolical that is because it's entertaining and it keeps us busy. And so I think it's been hugely detrimental to relationships and hugely detrimental to the way that people see themselves in those relationships.
Okay, thank you for the information. I don't know if Kenya can hear me. I don't see her camera.
I can hear you. I'm driving. I'm sorry.
Okay, got a question for you because we don't see your camera on, but are men and women still looking for the same things?
It depends on the generation, I would say. For the most part, I would say yes. I think they're looking for companionship. I think they're looking for a monogamous relationship. You know, I was listening to the comment about social media and how it has been a detriment to relationships. You know, just piggybacking on what Karen said, there are so many options. And so you think about when your significant other gets up, you know, just to go to the restroom and they have a phone in their hand, right? And so those types of, you know, interactions create a lot of friction. But I think we have to now, you know, establish those boundaries up front to understand clearly, you know, what each other are looking for. And I'm a strong believer that love still exists for all. And I think, you know, if you find that right person, that absolutely.
Okay, I appreciate that information. All right, back to Ms. Holly. And we only have a total of 5 questions, and we're actually on number 4. And it is,
I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna stop going on and on and on.
okay.
No, come
Would
on,
you
Holly.
date-
We need it. We need it. Go ahead.
Cause baby,
Oh,
what
Holly.
y'all not gonna do? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, I'm
This-
ready
this-
for it.
This question is for you, Holly. It's, would you date a good person who doesn't have money? So the question is, does financial stability matter more than love?
Wait, can we get a clarifying question before Holly
I know. I
answers?
was like,
Come
wait,
on,
you said
Holly.
one
Come on,
thing and then
Holly.
you came back with it. Okay.
All
Does
right, so let's just go with, does the financial stability matter more than love to you? It's kind of like it's answering his own question, but we want to hear they want to hear your side.
First of all, I would never find out that I love someone if they were not financially stable, because I'm not dating someone who doesn't have financial stability. So I would never know if I love them or not, because that's one of the things that I'm going to need you to have together in life before I even start having sex with you and taking trips and doing stuff or whatever your dating is, right? So I think a lot of times when you say questions like that about love, be realistic. It's same thing for physical characteristics, right? People are like, could you love someone that wasn't in shape? Well, you'll answer your own question, because are you even entertaining them long enough to catch feelings? So for me, again, I would never know that I could love that person, because initially there's got to be a chemistry. There's got to be a level of, I feel that, listen, when we were 20s, I help you with your dream, whatever. I'm still in school, I'm working on degrees and stuff like that. once you're 40s, you should already have a life plan. Like I don't need to know the details of it, but you should have a 401k, or you should have some stuff together in life. Your bills shouldn't, I shouldn't see no disconnect notices. I get it. If you fell on hard times, that's completely different, but just the average person. So again, I wouldn't know, because the way that you're courting me is going to require you to be financially stable at the beginning, because you're going to have to take me out to dinners and stuff, and you're going to have to, woo me in some kind of way. So again, I would never know if I did love you or not if you don't come at the beginning with the things to win me over in the first place. I'm sorry if y'all got a problem with that. Don't worry about it. I ain't in your league. It's okay. Everybody ain't for everybody.
Tell them it's levels to this, right?
I'm just saying, like, the date in your bracket. People say, and men get so mad when people say that. Like when they say date in your bracket, like, date in your bracket. You have someone that goes to the gym every day and you're 800 pounds. It's probably not going to be a good connection. You have someone with a 400 credit score and somebody with an 800 credit score. And then you get mad whenever they're, talking to you crazy or doing all kind of stuff. So just start off, date in your bracket in the beginning, and you ain't got to worry about all of this bull crap that comes later. Y'all keep wanting to force stuff that shouldn't be forced. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm not sexually attracted to you, if I don't feel no chemistry with you at the very beginning, I'm not going to put in days and days and months and stuff and hope that at some point I'm going to build up chemistry. It should not be that hard to zing with someone. It should not. When I meet someone, conversations should be flowing. I should be looking at you like, okay, I might be able to hit that one day. But if I got to start making up scenarios of why I should like you and this and that, you ain't for me. I'm not forcing anything. I'm not doing anything. So be realistic. If you meet someone and you are not saying, this is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. If I'm talking to a man and I'm not feeling like, this mofo is fine, sexy, okay, now I should feel that way about someone that I am putting intention into. I don't want to have to come back and force myself in 6 months and let them grow on me. Please don't let me grow on you. I want you from the very beginning to be like, she is everything I have dreamed of. That is my dream woman. Now, let's see how we mesh together. But if it don't start off like that, I'm sorry. It could be a fairy tale, whatever it is, but I need it to be that way from the beginning. I want it from the beginning, not 6 months later. Now here I am, like, I knew I should have never gave this boy a chance. Now look, still ain't attracted to him. No, thank you. No, thank you.
All right, Miss.
I know I said I was gonna be short. Sorry.
Okay. Next question for Miss Karis. Can you build together?
Yeah, she just said she gonna help you make your whole life and build give you a business plan and everything. Yeah, I want to marry Karis.
Come on, Holly. Y'all are hilarious. No, like I just want to say, what Holly said is it resonates on so many different levels. But I think when you talk about building together, we're not 22. We're not getting ready to go to grad school together and buy our first house. It is, what can you build after two things are already built, right? Because I don't need to be recreated. I don't want to be molded. I would love to seek the advice and the counsel and the guidance of a man, but I've been doing it on my own long enough to know that I can. And one of the most empowering feelings is to say that if no one ever does another thing for me, I am resourceful enough to do it on my own. And that's not optimal. It's not what we're going for. But once a woman recognizes that, she is more selective. And so I want to just touch on the previous question a little bit to say, like, for me, as long as you can pay your bills, I don't really care about, I like to travel, but I fund my own travel. Don't ask to go with me if you can't afford to go. But the reality is I'm really looking deeply into what is sustainable. So when you say build, I mean, I will automatically discount someone if they ask me for my help right off the bat. And that's something that I had to learn to do, because now I'm like, you don't see my value as a woman, you see my value as a resource. And that is a totally different conversation. And so, yes, I think that I can build if building means blending two lives for optimal peace and progress. So what that looks like is different to everybody, but I just don't think it's the traditional definition of build. Like we're going to start from scratch and we're going to mold each other and we're going to, no, we're cooked already. If that's our mentality going in. And so I think that's where that heavy level of security and respect has to come in, because a man with a woman who is, like I said, in aggressive pursuit of her goals and she's crushing them like that, he must be self-aware and he must be self-secure. He has to have confidence that allows him not to worry about what she's doing and to celebrate her accomplishments with her and vice versa. So if that's building, 100% yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Miss Kenya, can you hear me? Because I see her camera kind of, oh, she's back on stage. Are you there?
Yes, yes,
All
I
right.
am. Yes.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Has society made relationship too transactional?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. And I'm not sure how to answer that. So I think at this point, I'm going to defer to Holly. I can see
I was
her.
about to say, Holly got it. Holly got
Hold
it.
on, look, she's trying to make it rain over there.
I know.
Spin
Yes.
that. Spin
Yes.
that.
Help me out here, Holly. You know what? I'll just say
Got
this.
it, girl. Do you want, is it a transaction or not?
So no, I really want you to chime in, but
Is
for
it a business
me,
deal?
no, it's not. But you asked the question if society has made it transactional, right?
Yes.
So, in some instances, yes. So we talk about being independent and can we build together when you're already established and have already built, you built your home from the ground, you built your second home from the ground, and now you have a significant other. What does he bring to the table? So is it about what you can do for me? Or is it about what we can do together? So I would say yes, the influence of society has made it more transactional. But do I think it should be that way? Absolutely not. I definitely don't want to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't bring anything to the table, because I agree. I don't think you would make it past go with me, but we have to be able to bifurcate, whether or not it's about what you can do for me. It's about what we can do for each other. So I'd be interested to hear what Holly has to say on that.
Okay.
Come on, Holly.
Well, as I was taking notes. So, first of all, what I would like to say is that we only use words like transactional when it's talking about women that are over 40. It's not transactional when an old head goes and dates a young girl. Men only feel like women are asking for too much in a certain demographic. So when you're 40 and above, then it becomes all you want me for is my money.
It's my money.
All you doing is this. It's transactional. It's this or that. Now that same man could get the attention of a 28-year-old, a 30-year-old, and all of a sudden he has no problem going to Chanel. He has no problem going to Dior, Yves Saint Laurent. He has no problem doing anything, paying for nails, paying for BBLs, paying for teeth, whatever it is. He has no problem. But when you're 40 and above, all of a sudden, I have to prove to you that I don't want you for your money. So let's talk about the double standard that a lot of men that are middle aged have. So you use the word transactional when it's convenient for you. When you don't want to do something or you feel like a woman doesn't deserve it, all of a sudden the term
It's
becomes
all about the
transactional.
money.
But when it's a little young hoe that's giving you some attention, you have no problem spoiling her.
Mhm.
I don't have a problem spoiling my boo. But for other women, now it becomes transactional. Well, I don't care. Transact me, baby. Transact me.
Mhm.
Yes, I do.
Exactly.
I
Oh,
like gifts. I like tricking. I like gifts. I like trips. I'm not ashamed of it. No, I do all of that stuff for myself anyway. You
Right.
So you ain't doing nothing but participating. You're paying to play. Paying to play.
I appreciate that. I appreciate your honesty.
Okay, I'm be quiet.
All right. So now we're gonna go
They gonna
to
be mad at me,
question.
Rico. They gonna be like, do not let that
Now,
last light skinned girl come on here talking shit no more.
all right. So now, last question. What do women really want from men? So this question is going to go to Miss Karis.
Yes. Karis.
Karis.
thank you,
Karis.
Holly.
Karis. I don't know why I keep saying that. Okay.
Rico
Rick,
renamed me in one night.
Rico is
Yes.
dyslexic. He's dyslexic.
Yes.
Excuse him.
Yes.
Okay,
All
I'm sorry,
right.
Rico. What was the question you threw me?
Okay. Is it money, protection, communication, emotional support, or leadership? What is it
So I
that?
think it's to some degree, I think it's all of those
All of it.
things.
Okay.
The leadership part is a little subjective, but I think that women want to feel protected. Women want to feel seen. I spoke in front of a group a few months ago, and I said,
Okay.
you know, I can tell any group of men how to make sure that their woman never strays, never looks at another man, that she's never enticed or interested. And it's literally if he can communicate one particular feeling to her. Holly said it earlier, if that man looks at you, regardless of what your physicality presents, if he looks at you like you are the most beautiful woman he's ever seen, you might know it's not true, but there's a particular feeling that is created. That feeling is a covering. So women want to feel covered. Now, I'm not the demure wallflower. I'm like, oh, protect me. I've never changed my own tire, but I've always had AAA. So I'm not looking for a man to come in, you know, on a white horse and save me. That's not what we're not saving folks this season. But I think for me personally, I want to feel protected emotionally. If you ask me what the key to everything is, that key, for lack of a better business term, that key performance indicator, I want to feel seen. I want to feel valued and I want to feel heard. If I know that you've heard me, I love it when a man repeats what I've said back to me. He's checking for clarity. He's checking for understanding. Sometimes he's checking my temperature. But at the end of the day, I want to feel safe. So if I had to boil it all the way down, safe in terms of not just the physical protection, because I'm pretty good at doing that, but I want to feel safe. I want to know that if I choose to be vulnerable, and if I choose to let you into a space that I've protected for a long time, that it's met with safety, not scrutiny, not judgment, that I'm welcomed in anything that I have to say, even if you don't agree. So those are the things that I'm looking for. When you say leadership, there's a little bit of it's slightly oxymoronic because yes, you know, traditionally men lead the households, but if you've had a woman who's been single for a while and she's led herself, and your expectation is that the moment you connect and you decide that you want to move through this together, that she is then supposed to sit at your feet, it denies her what she's worked so hard for. And so leadership, yes, I want someone that I can get opinions from. I would love to have a man that I can bounce ideas off of and he has conversations that are valuable to me. I want to learn from someone, but I also want to be respected for all that I've done and I want to be seen and heard. And ultimately, I want to feel safe.
Okay. I appreciate that information.
And I
Miss
think that also for men, let's just help the men out for a second. I think that when we're saying safe, so by leading, a woman doesn't want to make decisions all the time. That's a woman, that's a boss woman that's always doing stuff. So if I know I got to make 3,000 decisions a day. So when you ask me, do I want to go to dinner? And I say yes, I need you to say, I have two suggestions. Would you like A or B? Would you like this or that? Would you like to go here or there? Would you like to go to, do you feel like drinking or ice cream? So by leading, you're doing those types of things. So you're making me feel safe that if I allow you to give me two options, I know that they're going to be two good options. I can turn my brain off. I'm not insecure because I'm think you're messing with 8,000 other women or whatever, because you make me feel beautiful. You make me. So when we're saying safe, those are the terms of whenever we're saying safe. I just don't need you to, I don't just need safety as I know you could beat somebody up. And a lot of times men think it's a physical safety when we say the word safe. I need to feel safe that I can trust you to make decisions because I don't want to always make decisions. I love allowing a man to be a man. I love being in my femininity. I love not having to be aggressive or be assertive all the time. I love to just sit down, look pretty, be your arm candy. But until you show me that I don't have that I could trust you to follow the maps on Apple Maps to get us where we need to go, then I can't turn my brain off to be the sexy, submissive person that you want me to be because you couldn't even get us 14 blocks down the street to the right place. Like, it's very frustrating. So, most women are soft. And once you give us that safety, once you show us that, all those other characteristics that you said, safety, this, leadership, that is all intertwined in you figuring out how to make your woman feel safe. And then you get all the benefits now because, again, she allows you to be the man and lead the relationship.
Okay, I appreciate
I don't
that.
want no punk man. If I'm bullying you, and not on purpose, but if I'm because I know I got to get it done, I got to do it, I got to do it. So I want to be able to turn my brain off and be like, oh, babe, got it. Like, that's sexy to me when I know you're gonna say A or B, and it's both two. I have a man that a friend, and he will find a restaurant because he knows I love Coke Zero. He will find a restaurant, go on Yelp, and he'll be like, hey, A or B, they both got Coke Zero. Because he knows, don't bring me to a Pepsi restaurant. That's the kind of stuff that makes me feel like when he does a suggestion, I feel comfortable and I feel safe enough to allow him to lead in everything else. Because those little things like that already show me that I could trust you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Full
you guys
agreement.
tuning in and listening.
I'm
to
sorry.
what it is
I
that
didn't mean to
women
put
are
TV
asking.
off. Okay.
No, I was just saying I'm in full agreement. Because we are so used to being independent and making decisions, sometimes men feel emasculated, but having that one who can take charge, who can make a reservation at a restaurant, they know the type of foods that you like. Feeling safe goes a long way. Walking down the sidewalk, and I'm that one that I'm walking closest to the street, and he's just like, no, you walk on the inside of the street, so it's
Yes,
more to
daddy.
it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I just, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the comments, and I think they all make perfect sense. So this has been great.
Okay, and
Yep.
actually, the next question is for you. Are men now being taught how to be better partners, Miss Kenya?
I would say absolutely yes, because I think we're more forthcoming with what we need. And I wouldn't say we're teaching them, but I think we're having more open conversations about what makes me happy, when I'm down or when I'm sad, what I need from you, when I need my peace, when I need you to back away. So I think we're having more open conversations. So I would say absolutely.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay, Miss Holly, you have the last question.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Are women also willing to do the work?
I knew it was something goofy you was about to ask me. Are women, aren't we on here right now? Haven't we
Yes.
all
Doing the
talked
work.
about
Doing the
Doing the
therapy,
work.
work.
being on
Doing the
growth
work.
journeys, of talking about the things that we want? Like, women have always done the work. So there
Yes.
is no, or women all of a sudden trying to do the work. You know how many miserably married women I know right now that are still fighting for a marriage to work because they want their marriage to work? Women have always been the pillars. Women will always be the pillars, even going forward, because we're going to sit there and try to take what we can take. We don't want to lose our man. We don't want to lose our family. So I believe, yes, women are doing the work. That's why women are having a voice now. That's why there are more podcasts. They're listening to stuff. More women. That's why, like for me, I always have like some sort of journaling something or some type of activity that you can give to your partner if you're not able to communicate.
Yeah.
Talking segments like, hey, what do you think about this idea? Do you think this is better? Would this make our relationship better? Is this, or whatever, or have your man, be able to come to you, hey, would you like to do this? Send him a reel talking about stuff that women like. So then now he's like, oh, are these the things that you would like? Like there's so many ways to communicate with your partner. So yeah, women have always done the work and always will do the work. We ain't the problem.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate that information as well. And again, I want to thank you guys for joining the Just Ask Rico show. I'm hoping that a lot of the things that we talked about shed some light. Just me coming from a man perspective, I know what we always talk about when it comes to relationship. And I just wanted to hear something from ladies thanking that you guys, thanking you guys for being transparent and letting the viewers know what it is that not only what you're looking for, but what other women are looking for, because you guys are in a conversation with other women. You know what women are going through. You know what women are dealing with. You talked about marriages. You say someone will be married and then and be in your DM box the next day. So
Be at my door.
did you say be at the door?
Be at my
At
door.
the bachelor party.
Listen,
So
I don't know
again,
how I should put it out there now or posthumously, but that is the reality of what we're experiencing, right? So we could be bitter and we could say, okay, it's all bad outside. Let's just not go out there. The pool is pissy. But I think
yeah.
if we say objective, there is something to credential us with to say we still believe that great relationships are possible. We still believe that good men are out there. And so I think, the question, and Holly answered it perfectly, are we doing the work? I mean, as evidenced, we're here now, but I think we're the first to initiate the work. We're typically the ones that say, hey, let's do a vision board together. Hey, let's read this book together and schedule a time to talk about it. And it's not that we're trying to guide the ship necessarily. We're trying to lay the foundation, which is what we do when we raise children. It's what we do when we work in male dominated careers. So we've consistently done it. We're comfortable doing it. We'll kick in and do it before it's even asked of us. And sometimes that works to our detriment. But I think we're in an age now where all the information is at your fingertips. What you couldn't Google, you can chat GPT or Claude. So there is no excuse anymore to say, I don't know what a healthy relationship, I don't know how to get to a healthy place. Now we're done with the excuses, but 100% Rico, we are out here doing the work. Whether it's recognized or not, we're doing the work.
Rico, did anybody have a comment or something that we need to rebuttal or anything? Did anyone say anything or something that we need to go fight someone? Is there something
Holly here for the smoke. She here for it. She's here for
I
it.
want all the smoke, baby. All the smoke.
See, from StreamYard, I don't think it shows like
Okay.
currently questions.
Yeah,
So
that's why I wanted to go on Instagram so I could see if my view or see if anybody was like saying something. I was just curious because I didn't
that
see anything.
definitely makes a lot of sense, because I know a lot of times after the live, you definitely see all those questions popping up. So,
Right. So that's what I'm saying. If you give us a chance to be
okay.
like, F your question. No, that ain't right. No, I didn't say that, because they want to try to come get do rage bait in the comments or something. So I was just curious.
Okay, I'm just reading.
Well, I mean, Holly, there is that option for you, me, and Miss Kenya to go live at a later date and answer all those questions.
Me and Miss Kenya, you two?
Yeah, all of us. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
no, you ain't throwing it. You two? You said some stuff too.
Because I think there are a lot of misnomers. You know, men and women, we speak different languages for so much of our lives that the conversations that men have with each other, I'm blessed to have a male best friend. And so I get to hear a little bit of it, but I'm still not in the locker room. I'm still not at the gym with them. And so I think if we did a better job of bridging that gap, how women speak collectively, how men speak collectively, we need to be able to understand each other to make this work. And so
Listen,
I think it's
that's
hugely
why
important.
I love heterosexual friendships. When I tell you I friend zone someone, you are in the friend zone until maybe
Further
never.
notice.
Like, so I have a million guy friends because I just keep it light. I just talk smack with everyone. I do stuff, but it's so beneficial to me because it completely changed my thought process. Because if I'm going, if, you know, like I would be going through where someone I thought they were like playing in my face, and then my guy friend would be like, "Hold up. Let's rethink what you about to do here."
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
like, so don't go slice his tires. No, let's not do that. You know, like, so
Yes.
having a
Yeah.
heterosexual platonic friendship, oh my God. And I tell my girlfriends all the time, and you know what they say? Well, yeah, but they still want to have sex with you. I said, and I probably want to have sex with them too. But when you have, but I'm just saying, like, you know, we all, but it's easy to get caught up, but whenever you just keep it there, you have that boundary of we're not crossing that line. Like, you
Yes.
get all the benefits of it. Like, have
Yes.
some discipline. You don't need to have sex with everyone. I was like, yeah, of course, they'd love to go have sex with me, but I'm dapping you up and then I'm gone. You know, like, that's it, we done. You know, so anyway, I agree.
And
I value the platonic friendship so much.
And I was
yes.
just gonna jump in to say, so I'm an only with no siblings, and each of my mother's sisters all had sons. So I was raised with men. And it's really funny because I was married and my family loved my ex-husband. They still do to this day. But I'm a builder, you know, I'm a parent, I'm a provider, I'm definitely independent. So when my family comes into town, you know, the guys will say something like, "Oh, hey, can you get me some water?" And my immediate response is, "Get it yourself," right? Or can you do this? And it's just like, you know, and so one of the things they would say is that you have a male mentality, and it's just like, no, I don't, but I stopped being, you know, subservient a long time ago, and so not looking at them as a partner. So anyway, fast forward to say, I told him about some challenges that I was having in a relationship, you know, dating this guy. So each time we practice, right? And so they'll say, "No, you didn't pass," or "Yes, you passed," right? So I date a guy that he lives out of town. And so each time we see each other, you know, sometimes, you know, things will go wrong, and it could be me, you know, sometimes it is me and the comments or the expectations that I have. So anyway, with the practice, I say that to say I went on a trip. You know, we had a wonderful time, and it was because I took that advice and I learned to just pause instead of just reacting. When you're so accustomed to being the one, you know, who does everything on their own, who everything that I have is mine, right? I built it all, but to allow someone else to come in and share in, you know, a relationship takes a lot of work. But I say to have men around you who will have those conversations with you go a long way in
Yes.
helping you to, you know, have a healthy and happy relationship. So
And most men, I'm telling you, I just had a friend. We've taken trips together because he's like, he doesn't have anyone, and I travel all the time. So I was like, hey, you want to come? Like, all right, well, come to Vegas with me. You know, you never been to Vegas before, and you're 58. I'm gonna need you to come on to Vegas and get, you know, whatever. And he literally, we were sitting at a restaurant, and he said, I just wanted to tell you, I have never in my life had a female friend. Like, if I was in the room with somebody, we was doing stuff. He was like, and I just want to tell you how much I value
yeah,
having you as a friend, and because I can call you for anything. It's never, you know, and of course, if I gave him a chance, he definitely would. But that meant a lot that he actually acknowledged and appreciated that. And I tell people that all the time. Men want a home girl too. They get tired of having to be with somebody to answer to all the time, or that's nagging, or that they have to impress. You don't have to impress me. You can fart, you can burp, you can do whatever. Like, if we friends, we friends. Like, we gonna be friends. Like, do what you gotta do. You know, now if we're dating, that's different. But just friendship, I'm not invested in what you do. So men need that also, that platonic friendship as well.
Agreed.
Okay. All right, we're going to sum it up real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Miss Karis,
Yes.
from what you've heard today, what is something that you can leave for a younger woman who's listening to this? And this actually goes to a younger guy
Yes.
who
Yes.
are listening and say, wow, this is what I need and this is what I'm looking for when it comes to a relationship.
Yeah.
What would you leave with them?
I would say, specifically as it relates to younger women, find your value yourself and do it in the mirror. And I say that because when we look externally, when we're seeking validation from other people, whether it's the general public, society, or a man that we're interested in or a man that we're with, it causes us to delude ourselves instantly. It is very difficult to build back up from that. And so if I could like speak to the younger me, I would say something that my mother told me when I was 13, and I remember it because it was such an impactful moment for me. And she said, every morning, look in the mirror and talk to her the same way you would talk to your best friend, your sister, someone that you love. Do it for yourself first, because that allows you to meet the world in a different way. You are less tolerant of the bullshit. You are less likely to succumb to bad situations. It's still going to happen. You know, we slip up and be like, oh, I didn't know he was like that. But I would say that. And I would say to young men, understand that the value of a woman is far behind the currency that society assigned her, which is the way she looks and sex. We are taught from a very early age, when we first start putting on lip gloss, that our currency is physical. And so we do all the things, we go to the gym, we do all the things because we are convinced that that is how we sustain that value, and that's never what it is. And so I would say those two things. I would also say, and this is just advice for anyone, and I think I wish I had taken this in my marriage. When it's time to get out, get out. When you know that you're not in a good situation, there is nothing to be gained. People say all the time, I said it, I'm gonna stay for the kids. The reality is the children are happier when you're happier. I'm gonna stay for the money. The reality is, if you are capable, you can earn that income back. And so I would say, know when it is time to go, and don't allow society or the way you feel. Maybe you're afraid to be alone, or, why, what if I can't do it on my own? People will see me as single. I've been seen as single for a long time. And that does not change how I feel about myself. I'm proud of the fact that I don't jump at every offer, because I need to know for sure that it is the right situation and it's the right thing for me. And I'm hella patient, which is probably working to my detriment as well, because I'll let it ride for a second, let it simmer. But my desire is my desire. I want a loving, compatible, healthy, fulfilling relationship that provides nothing less than an accoutrement to my existing peace. So yeah, I would say understand your value for yourself and pour into yourself. Do it in the mirror, in the bathroom every morning. And that allows you to meet the world in a different way.
Awesome. Thank you for
I
that
love
information.
that.
Miss Holly, what would you tell that younger lady and that younger guy that's watching?
I believe everything that Kara said was summed everything up. But the thing that I would
PG,
add,
because I
huh?
know you're gonna say whatever's on your mind. I say this is PG.
Yes, I know. I didn't say nothing that wasn't PG. They show boobs in movies that are PG, so nothing I said is worse than boobs today. But so I would like to just add to that: know yourself. Know what you like, know
Yes.
what you don't like, know your interests, know the things that you want to do, know what makes you happy, go do things on your own, eat things on your own, travel on your own, know what activities you like, because when you don't know what you like, someone will tell you what you like. And then what happens is there's a resentment because, that's not what you like, or you don't like to be treated that way, or now I've been conforming to everything you like. I don't even like amusement parks. I like museums. Well, you didn't say you like museums. And now, it's like, even though you evolve and do stuff, like you have to be with someone that allows you to evolve, and you have to know who you are and what you like. Because if you don't, someone will come in and tell you who you are and what you like. So I think that's the most important thing to us, is it for younger people, is figuring out who you are first, and then also being with a partner, because you're young. So obviously longevity is the goal. You know, you might be with someone. We all said we were together, for all of us have been in almost 20-year marriages. So in those marriages, you have to be with someone that allows you to grow and evolve, and know that each year is a different chapter. I'm not who I was last year, and I'm not going to be who I am today next year, because I will evolve into another Holly. And you have to be with a partner that embraces that growth and allows it as well. So young, you got a whole life together. You better be with somebody that lets you grow.
I
Agreed.
appreciate that.
Agreed.
And Miss Kenya, for the younger lady and younger guy that's listening, what advice would you give them?
So I would have to say I agree with what each of the ladies have said, but I would say know your value and know your worth. And again, I'm going to keep it short and short and sweet, but you know, think about it. And I think about it, if I knew then what I know now, things would have been a lot different. You know, because I don't think I put myself first. So understand your value, your worth, put yourself first, and obviously keep God in all that you do.
Okay. Well, ladies, I know we're pushing for time now. I want to thank you guys so much for being on this live with me. I'm hoping that not only the viewers, but anyone else that's watching and listening, they can take something from this here. They can learn from this. And again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Rico,
much.
for doing this and inviting us on here. You know, we like
Thank
to
you,
talk
Rico.
and share positivity, and
Yes, yes,
have realistic conversations. So thank you for putting this together, and
yes.
allowing us to be here,
Absolutely.
and inviting us, and making that old ugly AI poster with all my teeth was all jacked up. Thank you for that. Thank you so
You're welcome.
much.
Yep.
And if there's a
Thank you,
topic,
Rico.
you're welcome. And if there's a
Thank you.
topic,
Thank
I'll
you.
look in the fire.
if there's a topic or anything that you guys ever want to talk about, let me know so that way we can talk about it. I feel like I have to reach the followers to get the message out. And you know me, ever since day one, it's always about positivity.
Yes,
So
and
Absolutely.
Rico, let's
thank you.
at some point, if you ever want to touch on the creation and sustainability of generational wealth, let's do that too, because a well-rounded community includes all of those things, healthy relationships, moving that Black economic ecosystems needle, like all of those things are important. So yeah, I'm always down for a good conversation. And to Miss Kenya and Miss Holly, y'all are amazing and delightful.
Yeah.
I'm calling Holly next time somebody messes with me, because for sure, she gave a lot of good Capricorn energy and I love it.
Oh yeah, Holly's
And I
about
just
that life.
appreciate you being so transparent, both of you ladies,
I'm so
because
innocent.
you are amazing. No, you brought it. You brought it tonight. But just thank you,
Yes.
because we don't have these kinds of conversations often enough, and I think it's important.
Yes,
Yep.
and that's
I
good that you
appreciate
guys are
it.
on it, because you are more than welcome to connect with each other. And again, I'm going to post this on all the social media pages. It's live now, but again, it'll be, and I'm going to tag you guys when I get snippets of it as well. Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you
and
so
Thank you
much.
so
good
Thanks,
night.
much.
everybody.
All
Okay.
right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. God